Hello students, Mr. Young here with our lesson for today. We're learning about Christianity, our second lesson in our Religions of the World unit. So as it was with Judaism, there is a chapter's worth of information to shove into one lesson. So points will be brief. Some of you might know some things on this topic already, and you're going to go, Mr. Young, you didn't say this. That's because I just don't have time. Not enough time. So, let's get started. Christianity sprung from Judaism. Jesus, after all, was referred to as the King of the Jews. You remember that the Jews had a kingdom, Israel, but they lost it to conquest. In the context of when Christianity begins, the Jewish people are sort of spread about as a minority population within the Roman Empire. In the simplest terms, along comes a Jewish prophet by the name of Jesus. He performed miracles and preached to vast crowds. He tells parables or stories with easy lessons that are easy to understand for everyday people. He is followed by 12 men called the Apostles and claims to be the Son of God. He actually gets betrayed by one of his apostles and turned over to the Roman authorities, and they have him crucified, which means they basically nailed him to a tree and he died. It's more gruesome than that, but we don't need these details. They essentially crucified him because they had already had problems with Jewish revolts and they didn't want this Jesus fellow causing trouble, so when he gets turned over, they kill him. Now, there were, when we talked about the multiple revolts, according to Christianity, this is an important part for the Christians, he comes back to life 3 days later, and it is said that he died so that all the people might be forgiven of their sins and go to heaven. Okay, so after the death and resurrection of Jesus, you don't really have the Christian church yet. It was just Jews that were following Jesus, but he dies, and his apostles start to spread his teachings, and this becomes Christianity. Much of the worship originally was done in the homes of the followers. It's very low-key, and that was because Christianity was a polar opposite of the Roman religion. See, Christianity just had one God, a sort of fatherly figure. But the Roman religion was polytheistic, so they had a lot of gods. The Christians were kind of troublesome in that they wouldn't really worship the Roman emperor as a god or any of the other Roman gods, and also they refused to serve in the Roman army. Many Roman officials did not trust the Christians, and at times the Christians were persecuted, and Christianity was even outlawed at one point. A later Roman emperor by the name of Constantine had a vision, and then he became a Christian. He was about to go into battle, and he had a vision or a dream, and he saw a big flaming cross with a message on it, and then he had all his men paint crosses on their shields, and they won the battle. And he attributed it to God, and he didn't force everyone to become a Christian, but at this point he put forth policies that allowed people to worship freely any religion in the Roman Empire. A later Roman emperor, Theodosius, made Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire, and this is the point when the Roman Catholic Church, as we think of it traditionally, starts to happen. Churches were built, the hierarchy of the church or organization was created, like priest, bishop, pope, that kind of thing. And the teachings of Christianity were put down into the written language. Basically, the Bible was created. The Old Testament was the old Jewish basic religion, their books, and then the Gospel, or the New Testament, was all about Jesus. Here we have I found a picture of an old original Roman Catholic Church. Pretty cool. So Christianity spread rapidly for a number of reasons. Times were not always well for people living within the Roman Empire, and the message of salvation and helping your neighbors and hope and faith and these like things were easily received by people. Also, you had the fact that there was what was called the Pax Romana. There was the Roman peace. Rome had conquered a whole bunch. It was all under their control, so now these factions weren't fighting each other. They were all under the control of Rome. So you had peaceful times, the easily spread message, basically the good word, And then you had the Roman road system, which helped news and ideas spread farther and faster. So these are all factors involved in the spreading of Christianity. Now, this next little section, 2 churches. The Roman Empire was huge, and I'm fairly certain we learn about this later when we talk about Rome. The empire was so big that it split into 2 empires. You had Western Rome, which is where Rome was, the Western Roman Empire, and then Eastern Roman Empire. Now, one empire did better than the other. The Western Empire started to fall in decline, and the Western Empire was doing much better. But what's important for the context of Christianity is that the Western Roman Empire became what is known as more traditional Roman Catholic Church, and the Byzantine Empire became the Eastern Orthodox Church. And that split lasts even to today, as in the 2 religions. There's no longer a Byzantine Empire. But the Roman Catholic Church survived the fall of Western Rome to become the religion it is. And the fall of the Byzantine Empire, well, their religion survived. And we're going to talk because it was spread. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, there was pretty much, we go into the Dark Ages, and missionaries from both the Roman Catholic Church and the Byzantine Eastern Orthodox Church went forth into Europe to spread Christianity. More Western Europe was Roman Catholic, like missionaries went to Britain, Ireland, places like that, and then the Byzantine missionaries, Eastern Orthodox, went more towards like Eastern Europe. And that's how their ideas survived, even when their original locations did not last. And that pretty much gets us to where we want to be. There's a lot of information on Christianity in your book. It's all in chapter 13. It's a whole chapter. We had to gloss over it pretty quickly, trying to hit the major points. But if you'd like to learn more about Christianity and its origins and how it happened, it's all there in chapter 13. And that's it for today. There's a quiz on the next page. 5 questions, 10 points. All the information is pulled from the lesson on this page, so I didn't go read and pull obtuse facts from the book, from information we haven't covered in this actual lesson. So that's it. Let me know if you need anything, and have a great day.